Hey guys, so I just wanted to bring you this case study of a company that went from 0 to 3,000 users in 7 days because I believe it can help you a lot if you are starting out or even if you're already building startups or building software as a service companies can help you a lot. So basically what we will do in this video is first of all, I will explain you the strategic pivot. Secondly, I will explain you the reverse engineering, the 300% activation funnel. Then we will reconstruct the onboarding copy and rip sequence. Then I will show you the 7-day launch engine, and then I will show you how you can apply this on your software as a service. So I would recommend you and try to stay until the end of this video because it's the only way that you will able to apply what I'm going to explain you. So the name of the company is usergrowth.io, and most people who reference the usergrowth.io case study focus on the headline: 3,000 users acquired in the first 7 days after launch. What almost no one notices and what this guide is built around is the real growth inflection point that made that result possible. And that's why I'm creating this guide for you. I mean, think about it. 300% increase in user activation before launch is insane. I mean, even though a company can be backed by an investor, 300% is a lot because you need to change a lot of things from the marketing perspective to achieve that result. So obviously, like the single improvement from a 7% activation rate to a dramatically higher one changed the economics of the entire product. Before activation was fixed, every marketing dollar was completely wasted. Their activation was fixed, the exact same marketing inputs produced exponential growth. So this is a story about why the launch worked mainly. The company was already in a competitive industry, which is software as a service tools, helping website owners grow email subscribers. They didn't have like any connections, any no existing paid user base. But what the founders did have were, first of all, a product still in development, a sign-up funnel leaking 93% of users, and a growing audience waiting to hear about launch. And what I always tell you, I believe that more traffic would fix the problem. But I don't blame them. Because user growth analysis did what most founders are doing at first, but then they refused to do it. So instead of scaling traffic, they shut it off and fixed the leak. So the AAA and AAA funnel framework was used to locate the bottleneck. And what I mean by this framework is first awareness, acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and then revenue. Because traffic wasn't the problem. The problem was signups. The funnel broke the moment users signed up. Only 7% of new users ever reached activation, the moment where they installed the code and saw value, meaning that for every 100 signups, 7 people became active users, and 93 turned before ever experiencing value in the platform. So think about it, would be like for $1 spent, like 0.93 wasted, and scaling acquisition with a 93% activation failure rate is not growth, it's liquidation. So the data that they had revealed the true problems and the true issues. The product wasn't losing users because the problem wasn't relevant. It was losing users because the setup process was too technical for the people using the product. Users were required to pass a JavaScript snippet into their site manually inside theme files, header templates, or CMS settings. Most non-technical founders don't understand. So in other words, the product had demand but no accessibility. So user growth made a foundational strategic call: stop all acquisition efforts until activation is fixed, because it didn't make sense to keep bringing users to the landing page or to the platform if the activation inside the platform platform wasn't fixed. And that is the exact opposite of what most software as a service founders do. They keep bringing new people and they think or they believe that more traffic will solve their problem. And this is what I explain you in most of the videos I have been uploading. So basically the team aligned on a new rule. Don't increase the size of the funnel until you increase the efficiency of the funnel. And this is basically one of the main reasons of their success. This is one of the herds. One of the herd of the, and this is basically the herd of the solution. Now, to fix activation, the team first had to define success precisely. What is called the user activation on the Lean Startup book. Activation was not defined as logged in or clicked around. It was defined as the moment a user sees the tool live on their website and experiences the value firsthand. Once that value realization milestone was identified, it was turned into a measurable objective. So the new KPI was users must reach wow moment within 30 minutes of sign up. So this aligned product, engineering, UX, copywriting, and lifecycle messaging around one shared target. So the activation problem was no longer vague. It was concrete. Reduce time to value from hours, days to under 30 minutes. Everything that followed, UI changes, plugin release, onboarding redesign, email drip restructuring, supported that one success metric. So the majority of activation failures were not due to motivation, interest, or intent. Users wanted the result. They just couldn't implement the setup of the app. The high friction step was the single checkpoint blocking growth. So one friction was removed, activation rose automatically without changing pricing, features, or any other stuff. The activation lift didn't come from better persuasion. It came from better enablement. So let's see what this guy did very well. Once the activation bottleneck was diagnosed, the team executed a three-layer solution. First, they removed the primary technical friction for the largest segment of users. Secondly, they provided guided onboarding for the remaining platform. And finally, they redesigned the onboarding flow to force value realization before distraction. So for the solution number one, before the upgrade, users had to first sign up, then find the code snippet, then log into their WordPress admin, then navigate to theme files, then edit header.php manually. And think about it. I mean, if you're not a technical person, hope they didn't break their site. And finally, refresh and troubleshoot. And after the fix, installation became download plugin, upload plus activate, paste API key, and finally done. So you can see here how simplicity, what I always talk about, can help you a lot increase the conversion rate or the user activation on the platform by making things easier for the people using your app. The fastest way to increase activation is to eliminate steps, not explain them better or make 2,000 tutorials about how to use it. Just make it easier. So the solution number two, the guided path, was about creating videos on how to do certain things. First of all, how to install on Shopify, then how to install on Squarespace, how to install in raw HTML, and finally how to install in using Google Tag Manager. And the videos were very short, like 60 or 80 seconds. For the part number three, the step number three, they simplified the complete onboarding flow, and it became first, create your first subscriber form, then choose installation method, and finally confirm it's live. Very simple and straightforward. Now the original, now let's see the changes that they made on the copy. Okay, first the core message, the core messaging principle. The copy was not written to sell the product. It was written to move the user to the next action, leading to activation. That means the copy was direct, action-based, short, and focused on outcome, not a feature. But I always talk about, don't sell the features, sell the outcome. They didn't try to be persuasive, descriptive, explanatory. They just focused on the outcome. So it went from welcome to product, here's a tour of your dashboard, to let's get this live on your site in 2 minutes. The headline went from welcome to product, let's explore what you can do, to your next step, get a live on your site so you can start collecting subscribers. You see the difference. That a copy led us with clarity, direction, and speed, not branding. At the same time, they had like 3 behaviors triggered email. So if the user was signed up but not activated, they were sending an email like need help getting live. If the user was activated, an email that said something like great, here's what to do next. And if the user was activated plus time passed, they send an email like advanced features, retention nudge. Now this is key with the 7 launch engine. And first of all, with the launch worked the fixed bucket rule. Earlier, the same 3,000 users would have produced massive sign-up numbers, almost zero retained users, no referrals, no monetization, and a false signal of failure. The launch succeeded because activation was fixed first. Founders often obsess over the launch event, but user growth obsessed over launch readiness. Instead of the announcement, user growth executed stacked touch points across 7 channels in 7 days. First, an email list warm-up, then YouTube and LinkedIn posts, then podcast placement, 4 SEM plus display ads, 5 push notifications from existing products, 6 influencer endorsements, 7 and final blog plus content marketing. They created omnipresence, the psychological effect of I keep seeing this everywhere. A user who ignored the first touch point, so the second, third, fourth, etc. So the traffic wasn't explosive, the repetition was. But what mattered most was not 3,000 users in 7 days. It was 400 new users per day, every day after launch. And the reason that happened is because, first of all, the plugin created ongoing organic discovery via WordPress directory. Then evergreen videos continued to convert search traffic. Influencer videos live on YouTube, software as a service blogs were driving long-tail signups. The activation funnel continued converting new users efficiently, and users who activated referred others because they liked the product. And finally, and best of all, no support load was required because onboarding removed friction. This is the difference between a launch spike and a growth system. So this is exactly what I would do if I were you. First of all, diagnose the funnel before buying traffic. Identify where users are dropping off. If activation is less than 30%, stop all acquisition. Step 2, define a time-bound wow moment. User must reach value within a fixed time window. For example, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Then remove friction, don't just explain it. Step 4, build behavior-based lifecycle messaging. And step 5, launch only after activation works. I believe user growth strategy is key to learn how to grow a profitable software as a service and to really understand how to create a growth system instead of short spikes. If you like this video and you are not subscribed yet, you can hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can keep reaching new people. By the way, if you haven't checked DMark yet, I will leave you the link on the comments section so you can go and join the beta version. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.